I still have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, but I guess it's working out. I've got my bed here for the night and I'm going to be watching the sunset. Hi everyone, it's Vanessa. I am so nervous right now because I'm about to embark on my first ever solo road trip. I don't really know where I'm going yet, but I'm planning on heading north of Sydney. First stop, I'm going to be stopping around the Central Coast, around somewhere called the Fraser Campground for the night. It should be an hour 40-minute drive away, so we'll see how it goes. Fraser Campground, which is located in the Marmora State Conservation Area, is actually just 50 kilometers south of Newcastle and roughly a 2-hour drive from Sydney. I love a good challenge to keep things fresh, so I thought I would experiment with what it's like to be living out of a van. But I don't have the money to invest in an actual van, so I borrowed my parents' mini Golf for my experiment. And if I can live out of such a tiny car, you can do the same. So this is also actually the first time I've ever driven so far. My driving is usually limited to doing groceries a few kilometers away from my house. Therefore, I am very proud to say, after multiple coffee breaks on what experienced drivers would consider to be a short drive, I arrived at the campgrounds long before sunset with time to do some exploring. Right now it's actually so low that I've walked from that beach over there all the way to this beach over here. Probably shouldn't stay out on the site for too long though. I don't really want to get stuck out here when the high tide comes in, because my car is back that way and it won't be fun if I'm stuck out here. Ooh, that's a big wave. Okay. An absolute disaster. I just tried setting up for the night, trying to put up a mattress and also I can sleep tonight, and yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do tonight. The mattress is sticking out of the car and I don't really want to sleep with the back of my car open. Spent about an hour trying to figure out how to set up for the night. I tried putting up some fly screen and cutting up some old clothes to make a curtain as well, but yeah, that didn't go too well either. So, you know what, fuck it. I guess, well, wish me luck! Johan s'en voyage dans un autre pays. Allez, fais tes bagages, viens rejoindre tes amis. On veut du Claudie Musette, à en perdre la tête. On veut un verre qui s'abrole, un petit bout de gnôle. Now. So I drove here from where I was sleeping at Fraser Campgrounds and I'm gonna go find a place to have breakfast because I am so hungry right now, and then after that I'm gonna find somewhere where I can take a nice shower while it's still nice and warm and then drive off to my next campground. I think the biggest thing that irked me during my road trip was the lack of showers. And when there were showers over at the campgrounds, the water was cold. I found that out the hard way my first night. So having a shower at noon when it was the warmest in Newcastle's public beach toilets, that was my best decision of the day. Feeling all nice and clean again, I then started driving to my next destination, Yagon Campgrounds around the Seal Rocks area, which is about 2 hours north of Newcastle. I'm over in Seal Rocks now. I was actually just thinking I'm finally getting the hang of doing long drives and all, but just as I was going on to my last part to get to Yagon Campgrounds, I realized the roads are very bumpy. I was driving really slow, like half the speed limit maybe. It's literally the last 6 minutes to the Yagon Campground. I realized that the road is really gravelly, it's really rocky, and there is massive bumps in it, and given I'm driving a really small car, and that I have past experience actually bursting a tire before. I decided it's probably best I don't actually go down that road. And then I was thinking, I'll just camp around Seal Rocks for the night. But then I ran into some people who were sleeping in a van as well, and I went up to them and asked them if they happened to know if this was an okay place to camp out in, and they said, yeah, not really. People do get fined for trying to camp out around here apparently. So I don't know what to do. I suppose I should stop worrying about what I do and just enjoy the view for now. The view is actually really pretty from here. Got some chips with me as well. Alright, bon appetit! After much dilemma, I ended up finding a parking space in Seal Rocks where it wasn't prohibited for me to stop, and I camped there for the night. I had some adorable little neighbours to keep me company as well. Day 3 soon came around, and my biggest achievement was I was a lot more comfortable with driving. The drive to my next destination, the Crowdy Head Town in Crowdy Bay National Park, went by really quickly. I arrived there early in the morning around 10 AM with lots of time to spare, and it was magical, maybe because it's a fair way from Sydney and not the most popular touristic destination. There was absolutely nobody on the beaches I went to. I would look back when I was walking and my footprints were the only ones on the beach. Right now I'm so alone that I love it and I hate it at the same time. I loved it because I felt so free. It was like everything that's been stressing me out got left behind in civilization and nothing really mattered anymore. But I also hated it a little because I'm very clumsy and had to be super aware of everything I was doing, because if I did something dumb and got hurt, it would be kind of hard to get help. Well, this is common sense, but I think I should probably bring a first aid kit and learn how to use it properly next time I do a road trip like this on my own again. And what else would I need? Well, a good mattress. Probably a bigger car as well, because my car is quite tiny, so I can't really stretch out my legs so comfortably when I'm sleeping in it. Despite the lack of a thick mattress, not much legroom in my tiny car, and rain clouds coming in during the evening, I still had a good night. There were more places that I wanted to go to on the 4th day, but it started pouring rain, and I thought if the weather wasn't going to be nice enough for me to go out and explore, then it was time I headed home. I had so much fun doing this trip. I've got a really bad case of wanderlust from travelling the last couple of years, and I just needed to get out of Sydney and be back on the road again. I think this is a great way to travel if you only have a little bit of savings but are still eager to see the world. If you can afford to buy a van and make a comfy home out of it, that is great. If not, any car will do, even a tiny one like mine. And this is definitely something you need to add to your bucket list. You need to at least do one crazy road trip where you're not in your comfort zone, where you can only have cold showers, and where you're sleeping at an odd angle inside your car. If anyone has done a trip like this before, or has any good budget travel advice, I would love to hear about it, so tell me in the comments below. And lastly, if you like this video, show me some love and subscribe to my channel, and you will see more of my strange but wonderful adventures. Bye!